Mike and I always talk about hunting the top 10% of the deer on your property. And for years, I've had this deer on my property. Like I said, 2023 was when I first seen him. And he was a 2.5-year-old. So this buck shows up, 2023. I'll show you guys much pictures of him. You know, he's pretty wide for a 2.5-year-old deer. Real spindly. Got a good body on him for a 2.5-year-old. And he's a brawler. I mean, he wants to fight everybody. He didn't care. He was just up in everybody's face, you know. And you know those type of deer. They have a tendency to even chase bigger bucks off the property. But at 2.5, he's still physically small, so not really causing that many problems. But we got a bunch of pictures of him fighting, obviously at night with a couple other deer. I'll show you guys those. We got some video of him on some mocks and stuff. But his rack's really distinguishable. You know, the points actually swoop forward. He's got good long sweeping main beams. He's an 8-point, and his brow tines are wide on his head. So easy to distinguish, you know. Tines not that tall, nothing like that. But, you know, we knew as he grew, he would be obviously on our list of deer we would like to shoot. 2024 rolls around. We got a lot of really good deer on the property. And this deer is on there also. And the very first day I go hunting, I get video of him. I filmed a couple other really good bucks, a 4.5-year-old, a nice 3.5-year-old that I ended up taking later in the season, during gun season. I also filmed Freddie Kreuger. He comes out, he's aggressive, comes in thinking he's the man in this plot that we were hunting, spot I call Dad's plot, and he's all heads up and everything. What he didn't realize is there was a bigger 8-pointer right in front of me at the time. He sees him, goes up, gets around Freddie Kreuger, and basically walks him off. Obviously, he would have ended up being a shooter if he was in that top 10%, but that particular year he wasn't. So we move on then to this year, 2025. We got a lot of pictures of Freddie Kreuger moving around. Started getting them of him in velvet right away. He was a lot bigger framed, heavier, 4.5-year-old deer. Any buck that's on my property or on Mike's property, if you guys watch the show, you know is immediately on our hit list. So he was definitely on the list. I had one other bigger buck than him, a buck I call Xenomorph, that I never did see after September. Once the velvet came off, I never seen that deer again. He must have moved. But that pretty much put Freddie Kreuger at number 1. And again, he's a brawler. You guys are going to see some footage here. I'm going to show you of him taking out his frustration on some other deer. But he ends up breaking a tine, making a brow tine, and still a really great deer. And on October 26th, he ends up making a mistake. And we're going to show you guys the hunt there. He comes in, and I get an opportunity, so hopefully you guys enjoy the hunt. We appreciate each and every one of you.
Yeah, buddy.